Working that story for us this afternoon, Heidi Jokos, it seems to be a busy time for SAA, while a number of other airlines are grounded. Fill us in.
Definitely, Jeremy. So we're actually seeing our national carrier that's actually under business rescue at the moment being very busy. They are flying to a number of countries, specifically Germany. They flew to China yesterday to fetch essential cargo, and they've also been flying to the US. This is as part of a repatriation process. A number of governments have been in contact with the South African government to get their people back to these various countries, and SAA has been chosen to assist that repatriation process. Now, SAA is assisting these governments to try and get their people back. We've seen almost 18 flights going out to Germany as well as Brazil and the US. So it seems as though SAA, while everybody else is struggling during this lockdown period across the globe, SAA seems to be quite busy. Let's perhaps listen to what Tladi had to say as to the number of countries they are flying to in the next coming weeks.
7 flights are scheduled to operate to Germany as well as the United States. In the case of the United States, we will be repatriating on a private basis a group of South Africans, 310 of them who will be flown from Miami in the US to Cape Town. That is done on a chartered basis, and we will be operating 7 others to Germany. We emphasize that these are chartered services, and for us to enable this service to be available to anyone, they need to make contact with their respective embassies, where they are able to coordinate the numbers, feed and share information with us so that we are able to finalize the plans.
All right, Heidi, so these mercy missions are important and good for SAA, but who's paying for them?
It's a very good question, Jeremy, given the fact that SAA is in no position to be paying for these repatriation flights. But we do understand, and when we did speak to the German ambassador to South Africa about a week and a half ago, he did indicate that this is actually business for SAA and that the German government will be paying for these repatriation flights. But the big question comes in when South Africans are stranded abroad and they want to come back to South Africa, and they find themselves in a position where SAA is in these various countries. For example, when SAA flies to Germany, there are a number of South Africans that are stuck in Germany and want to come back on that SAA flight. But it appears as though SAA is saying, even though these are repatriation flights, it is the responsibility of the South African that's stuck abroad to be paying for this. We've actually seen a number of people emailing us saying that they have had to pay 7,000 Rand for a ticket or whatever the amount might have been to try and get back. But of course, some of them don't have money. They're running out of money, and cash is very low at this stage. Let's listen to what Tladi had to say about that.
From a payment of cost point of view, it is the embassy that takes the responsibility for the payment of the operating costs on that particular flight. There may be an arrangement between the embassy or any foreign government as well as the passengers who are going to travel on board that particular flight. We emphasize that these are chartered. It means that there's a cost that is involved, and we continue to look for opportunities where there may be interest for people who want to be provided with this kind of a service. Hence, we emphasize the point that anyone else, anywhere else in the world, they need to make contact with their respective embassies who will be able to manage and facilitate that kind of information.
So how many more flights can we expect this week?
So this week we understand it's going to be about 7 to 8 flights. We know that SAA will be flying to Germany. It's 6 flights going to Germany as well as the US, Miami specifically. And SAA will be flying to Angola tomorrow. We do understand that the Miami flights will include 310 South Africans that are stranded there, but that was a chartered flight that they organized amongst themselves to try and get back. And then SAA will be taking a number of Germans back to Germany this coming week, and we do understand that the Angola flight, they will be bringing South Africans back that are stuck there. So SAA seems to be quite busy in the next coming days.
All right, Heidi Jokos at the Newsroom Camera, thank you.